Okay, so this last lesson goes along with yesterday's, but we have to be able to identify the equations from a graph. Okay, so it makes it a little tricky because you have to work backwards. So we're going to start nice and easy. Okay, step one is first pick a line. Okay, so on this first one, I'm going to pick the solid line. Okay, not that it matters which order. Okay, so first we need to identify the slope and the y-intercept of that solid line. So the y-intercept is easy because it's where it crosses the y-axis is at +3. Okay, and the slope is finding the nearby point, which is right there, and that's where I draw my L. So I have 2/1 because it's rise over run, changes to 2. And it's negative because my right arrow is pointed down, so -2. So my equation of that first one is -2x + 3, okay? Now, we have to decide, because it's not equals, we have to decide what inequality it is, okay? So if we look, it's a solid line, so that means it's going to be less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. How I know which one it is, it depends on whether it's shaded above or below. Since it's shaded above that line, okay, it means it's greater than or equal to. There's the first equation, okay? Then we're going to find the equation of the second line. So the second line, the y-intercept is -3. The nearest point to -3 is up here, okay? So that rise over run is 4/1. 4/1 simplifies to 4. It's +4 because that is going up. It's the right arrow is pointed up. So it's 4x - 3. Now, it is a dotted line, so that means it's less than or greater than. And since it's shaded above, okay, it's gonna be greater than. So y is greater than 4x - 3. So there's both the equations, okay? It takes a lot more thinking on this one, but let's do it again. So first we're gonna pick a line. So I'm gonna start with the solid line that's going up and down, okay? So the slope and y-intercept. The y-intercept is -3. Okay, the slope to the nearest point would be down here. It's a distance away. Is rise over run would be 5/1, which simplifies to 5. It is -5 because it's pointed down. That right arrow is pointed down. So the equation is -5x - 3. Since it is a solid line, okay, that means it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. And since it's shaded above that line, we are going to say greater than or equal to. The second line is a horizontal line, okay? This is one of those special cases. So which axis does it cross? Well, it crosses the y-axis. Where does it cross the y-axis is -2. And which way, so since it's dotted, okay, that means less than or greater than. And since it's shaded above that dotted line, that means it's greater than -2, okay? All right, 2 more, being able to read it on your own. So first we're going to pick a line. This one I'm going to pick the solid line first, okay? So we're going to find our slope and our y-intercept. The y-intercept is +1. The nearest point, there's plenty on here, but the nearest one I found is there. So the rise over the run is 1/1, okay, which simplifies to 1. It is -1 because it's going down. So my equation is -1x + 1. And since it is a solid line, that means less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. And since it's below this line, that means it's less than or equal to. The second equation, which is that dotted line, is a special case. So it crosses the y-axis at 3. So it's y something 3. And then since it's a dotted line, that means it's less than or greater than. Since it's shaded below that line, that means it's less than 3. Last one. So we pick a line. So I'm going to pick this top one here. So I'm going to find my slope and my y-intercept. My y-intercept is positive 3. My slope, if I find the nearest point, is next to it. So that's 1 over 1 is 1. It's a negative 1 because it's pointed down. So it's negative 1x plus 3. Since it's a solid line, that means it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. And since it's shaded below this line, that means it's going to be less than or equal to. The second line is also solid. So the y-intercept is negative 3. The nearest point is right next to it. So it's 1 over 1, which is 1. And it's also negative 1 because it's going down. So it's negative 1x minus 3 this time. Since it's a solid line, it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Since it's shaded above, that means it's greater than or equal to negative 1x minus 3. So what we've been doing, so you have to be able to work backwards sometimes, okay? And then to find your solutions. So this goes with what we did the day before. So first we have to convert to slope-intercept form. So on this first one, we are going to divide everything by 3. Okay. Since I did not divide by negative, we're going to leave it greater than or equal to. X over 3 is 1 over 3x. 6 over 3 is positive 2. The second equation, we're going to subtract 2x. So y is greater than negative 2x minus 5. Then we're going to graph both. So the first one, I'm going to start at positive 2. My slope is 1/3, so we're going to go up 1, right 3, up 1, right 3, down 1, left 3, down 1, left 3. It is greater than or equal to, so it's a solid line. And then we're going to shade above because it's greater than or equal to. So again, we're going to wait to shade until I've graphed both. So I'm just going to use arrows. The second equation starts at negative 5. The slope is negative 2 over 1, so that means down 2, right 1. Or up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1. It is a dashed line, okay? And greater than means above. Okay, so where we shade is above the first line, above the second. So where they're pointing towards each other is this shaded region right here. So then we're going to identify which one of these 5 is a solution. So it has to be in the shaded region or on this solid line because it can't be on the dashed line. So negative 5, 1 is not in the shaded region, so it's not that one. Negative 2, 4 is in the shaded region, so that's 1. 3, 3 is on the solid line, so it is a solution. 2, negative 1 is not. Negative 4, 3 is on the dashed line, but if it's on the dashed line, it's not a solution, okay? All right, the second one. First, we need to convert to slope-intercept form, so we're going to add 2x. So 3y is less than 2x minus 3. Divide everything by 3. Y is less than, because we don't need to change it, 2 over 3x. Negative 3 over 3 is negative 1. The second equation is one of those special cases, so we don't need to convert it. So first, I'm going to start at negative 1. 2 over 3 is up 2, right 3, up 2, right 3, down 2, left 3, down 2, left 3. It is a dashed line, and since it's less than, that means it's going to go below. So I'm not going to shade yet. The second equation is x is less than 3. So when it's like this, I know it's going to cross the x-axis at positive 3, and it has to be a vertical line. It is also dashed because it's less than. And which side is less than 3? That's to the left. Okay, so where it's below the first line, but to the left of the second line, below and to the left, is this shaded region right here. So we're looking for a solution that's in the shaded region, but not on either line because they're dashed. So negative 2, negative 1 is not. 1, negative 2 is in the shaded region. 3, 1 is on both dashed lines, so that means it's not a solution. 2, negative 5 is in the shaded region. 3, 5 is on the dashed line but not on the shaded region, so it's not a solution, okay? So there you go.